Hi guys, most of you who know me and who've seen my bag collection or my bags over the last few years might have noticed this little number, which is my Mulberry Mini Alexa in cabbage green. The reason why you probably notice it is because I've got very little colour in my collection, mostly oak and black, and this one really stands out. Now, this one is also my sort of weekend. I don't need to carry much more than a purse and my phone and pack of tissues bag, and it's also the one that I tend to take on holiday when I go over to Germany, because I can just chuck her in the suitcase and she just literally gets chucked in. Don't stuff her or be precious about her. And again, she's sort of the perfect size for just carrying purse and whatever else. So when I don't have to think about all kinds of kiddie paraphernalia to look around with me. But I have been looking for a while for something else, which would offer me the sort of same size, possibly different colour. And the one that I've been looking at for a while was this one, and one came up in oak, and as you just guessed from my opening there, I rather like oak, and so I kind of jumped at it. So I loaded it up with a few things, and you know what, let's have a look whether the same fits into the Alexa, how it compares. But primarily I wanted to show you how this Mulberry Mini Taylor fares, how big it is and so on. So the usual, what do we do first? Give you the measurements. We've got width of about 29 centimeters, which is quite a bit wider than the Alexa. The Alexa is only about 20 centimeters wide, so you can see here, quite a bit wider. Okay, wider. Depth of this one is about 10 centimeters. I think the Alexa is a little bit deeper at the bottom, but no, it's about the same. And height of about 16 centimeters. Obviously this one's empty, so it comes up slightly higher when I measure it, but because that's flat, so if she was full, probably again comparable. So wider than the Mini Alexa, but about the same depth and the same height. Also has a handle on the top, which if you've seen my small Anthony review, you will know that I like this. I like being able to pick up my bag like that. I don't like having to grab. You always grab awkwardly, don't you, when you don't have a handle. I really like this. And then very, very important, it has a long strap. Now this one is on the shortest, but even on the shortest, absolutely fine, perfect length for me to wear crossbody. There are a couple of extra holes there, which, let's measure the bag drop right now. Strap drop is about 60 centimeters, and to the last hole you've got another 15 centimeters, so you could probably add another 7 centimeters to the back drop there ish. Whereas of course this one is not really, doesn't really work on the arm, it's really just a grab handle. Oh, sorry, I'm really wheezy today. Now the biggest difference, I would say, is really how you access your stuff. So with the Taylor, you've got, it's really nice, looks really lovely, looks really balanced on there, the feature. You've got this double zip, and you open the zip at the front, whereas of course with the Alexa, you've got the postman's lock, and you open the flap. So some people find this probably rather annoying, and would much prefer this, where you don't, faff around with this flap going open. But the advantage, of course, of the Alexa is that once you open the flap, it's kind of, you're straight in there, there's nothing in the way. Whereas with the Taylor, you've got a lot more sort of manoeuvring to do to see everything. Right, let me show you what we've got in there. We have in here some rolled up shopping bag, pack of tissues, and you can hear me sniffle. It must be hay fever, wheezy sniffles, hopefully, just hay fever. I couldn't fit my fedora in here, so I try to usually carry something to write stuff down, so it's a little notepad. And in here, which is a little Bowden zippy thing, I've got some lip salve and a pen and some change is left in there, and probably a tampon. There you go. I've got my phone in there and my French purse, and that's rather large. Now, if I was somebody who would change purses depending on which bag I used, I would probably use a smaller purse, although it looks nice, looks quite matchy, but it's not the biggest bag. Also the Alexa, once you put this purse in, there isn't a huge amount of space left, but I don't need to fit an awful lot of other stuff in, so that's absolutely fine. It has a little zippy pocket in the back, excuse me, and then there I have my charger pack and my iPhone cable, and that's pretty much it. But that's all I would really need when I'm out on a Saturday and I don't have little one with me. So just to show you the inside then, we have the tree-lined fabric. That might even be, yeah, it's exactly the same as that. It's that kind of brown, dark brown with the black trees on there. We've got the Mulberry imprint and the zip pocket across the top, and of course in the Alexa we have the fob with the Mulberry imprint. So let's take the same stuff and pop it in the Alexa and give you an idea how well that works. So bearing in mind she's not as wide, but she's a little bit higher, I would say. So will that work? Can't really remember how I normally load it up. Pop this in, little notebook, little pen in there, yeah, zippy pocket. Put this in the back zip pocket. It's a bit more of a squeeze because the back zip pocket isn't as wide as in the Taylor. Then my tissues, my shopping bags, and my phone. So it does all fit in there. And there we go, so it holds the same amount. It probably feels a little bit more stuffed. I think she's just more compact. The Taylor is just like wider and a bit sort of slimmer looking kind of thing. Roughly holds the same amount, but I think the trick is, or rather the advantage here is it's easier to access or easier to see it once you've got the flap open. If you're not keen on this flap thing and you prefer zips, then probably this, but I find this a little bit easier in terms of seeing all my stuff in there. But that's one of the reasons why I didn't like the Taylor so much, because you have to dig for stuff, because of course it's a long bag and you have to sort of go underneath. I like having everything like in a box and I can see it, and here I can see kind of everything light. Yeah, okay. Right, does that make sense? I hope this was a little bit helpful. It's a very nice bag. I'll probably try and use it a little bit because I've only just received it. But that's sort of was my plan, to use it as an alternative to this one. And yeah, anyway, hope you found this useful. Mulberry Mini Taylor in oak. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.